Hello, welcome to the TGB show. Today we're going to look at a poet that I don't really know much about, actually. This is someone named Sandra Duguid Gerstman, and she's contemporary. She's actually a professor, I believe, at the University of New York in Buffalo. She has a master's in creative writing from Johns Hopkins University. But I just found this just a fascinating poem. It's called The Last Word. And I encourage you to think of the image of Martha and Mary. We need both, but we need to have the primacy on Mary. Mary who sat at the feet of the Lord, who listened, who was able to be still. And the importance of having that first before action. If we have action, and this is where probably many of our movements in social justice, that when they turn sour, it's a lot of times because it's not rooted in this Mary aspect. It's going, but it isn't necessarily connected to that power source. It's important that we have a whole social teaching of the gospel. We're called to go out, we're called to really enter into issues of social justice, but to always make sure that we do it with first sitting at the feet of the Lord so he can guide us in the right way, or else we simply fall off of the radar of the Lord's will and it becomes something very, very different. I encourage us to think about that maybe during times right now when you get really antsy and you know, maybe some of that bitterness or that division or different things can come in here. This is really an important poem to remind us to be still, to know that the Lord is God, and start there in order to be able to know the correct direction of where to go from there. So, this is The Last Word by Sandra Duguid Gerstman. Be still and know. But they walked and they ran and they marched and they rode and they flew and they drove and they bussed and they commuted. Be still and know that. But they gathered and they met and they communed and they congregated and they assembled in circles and lined up in rows and they organized. Be still and know that But they conversed and they spoke and they shouted and they shook and they cried and they laughed and they murmured and complained. Be still and know that I am. But the marchers went forward, the buses rolled on, the circles went round, the lines kept moving, and the shouts and the cries and the laughter and the sighs and the murmurings and the complaints grew louder and stronger, whirling and swirling, faster and faster, until suddenly it stopped. And everybody fell off. Be still and know that I am God. God bless you.